All right, hello gaming Leviathans. We are back on the shitbox Corvette today. It's been a while since I've messed with it. I've just been driving it. Today we're going to be addressing the front wheel bearings. Driving a low car is cool and all, but sometimes I think to myself, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, it's so fucking close. Like, I'm not 17 anymore, dude. All right, like I said, it's been a while since I've taken this apart. I remember you gotta jack up the back to jack up the front. But if you just look at this clearance. Oh shit, that's fucking close, dude. Damn. All right, taking a look at the bad wheel bearing here. I'm gonna try to demonstrate. It's kind of hard with one hand. You can't see it, but you can hear it. I wonder if... it's that amount of movement. All right, first time I've had this wheel off in a couple months. It looks like it's self-clearancing ever since I lowered the car. This wheel weight's coming off. All right, I just gotta pull fucking everything else off. All right, it turns out the wheel bearing's fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine. I just didn't have this bolt on the angle kit tightened down. This one. So, this is now a camber adjustment video. I also maxed out the camber the last time I had the car apart. You do that by taking the washers out from behind the control arms here. She's a little worn. I think I'm gonna throw a washer behind each one. I think it had like 1.6 degrees of camber or something. It looked pretty sick, but I don't want to buy new tires every other day. I need to address that as well. All right, here's what I got for camber adjustment. I got these originally, but they're pretty thick. Then I found these Prime Line 3/8 flat washers on Amazon. I think they're like $8. And here's the OE one. Let me pull one out, hold on. Okay, here's the Prime Line on the left, and then the OE right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is slightly less thick. So I don't know what size the thickness on the washer on the right is, or the one on the left, to be honest with you, but it's less thick, so to give me mo cambers versus stock. I think I'm just gonna throw one on each corner. From the factory, it's like a weird alignment spec for each car, but I'm just gonna try one on each corner and see what happens. I was just adding these washers in. I don't think you can see. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. But if you were gonna replace your wheel bearing, you could just jack it up like I have right now to take tension off of it. Undo these top two bad boys, and then twist this bad boy this away or this away. You may have to undo the tie rod, but it's not that hard to get to, and then you just blast the back with Torx, I think 50 or something. You should have all these unless you have like an angle kit like I do. I got bolts. But it's like 3 T50s, I think, and then the wheel bearing might give you some hassle, but it should come out. All right, I've got my washers in and my bracket dangling. Good practice, but what I usually do whenever I'm playing with the suspension is I preload the jack as much as I can until it starts to lift off of the jack point. The jack until it lifts off the jack stand. And I just assume that's adequate for tightening down suspension components because you're supposed to preload all of them. So that's my suggestion to you. Preload them before you tighten things down in here. Make sure to tighten your caliper bolts. You don't want to be racing a 19-year-old in his dad's M3 X-Drive comp and then get smoked and then also die because your car didn't stop. All right, taking a look-see here, we're underneath the car. You can see my washers. You can also see I forgot to tighten this bracket down. That's been loose for probably 4 or 5 months. Very cool. There's the other one. Taking a look down here, you can see just resealed the whole thing, and nothing's leaking yet, so that's good. No real issues down here. Does reek of gas, probably from the certainly not from the poorly welded exhaust, but that's okay. All right, I just realized that I want to test fit one of the wheels, and I have to undo my Christmas tree, and I fed the lights through the spokes, so it's gonna take me a cool fucking minute to undo this, and then I'm gonna redo it. All right, I just put the MPAR on the other side to test fit it. Here's the C4 GrandSport wheels for reference. I don't remember the specs. They're 17x9 in the front with like plus 57 or something like that. And here's the MPAR. You can see it poking out already. I did also take a lot of camber out though, and I was just thinking about that. So I may have to throw one on the other side, but if it pokes out that bad, I'm not a fan. Forgot to mention that obviously it's gonna stick out more because we play with the camber, but so it went from 1.7 or 6, I think, to 0.5. So it took out quite a bit of camber. Here's the other side for reference. We're at 1.6. This isn't the most scientific way to measure it, but it's how I've done the alignments in the past, and they've worked out well. It's just a piece of angle iron, cut to length, and then a Klein angle gauge. You can actually use your iPhone if you take your case off, but that's kind of what we're saying. Okay, I was just looking at the Fitment Race Engineering Corvette alignment specs. Looking like they're recommending for performance, for performance street, 0.7 to 0.9. When I put those washers on, I think it was 0.6, give or take, because I'm measuring kind of sketchy without like a Hunter machine or anything. So I think that's pretty decent. So if you run those washers, I would expect, you know, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 degrees of negative camber. I'm gonna go swap the washers on the other side and put my GrandSport wheels back on, and then I will take some more videos. Just upgraded my stash to level 2. This is big. All right, here's the other MPAR. Honestly, it looks pretty fucking sick right there, I'm not gonna lie to you. So with the camber maxed out, it's not bad. If you could hit like 2 degrees of camber, that's pretty fucking dopey dope. The poke isn't terrible. Like it's not bad. Here's the other side for reference, so that one's poking out quite a bit more. So this is like 0.5 or 0.6 degrees of camber. I just measured a second ago. And then this is like 1.7. So we've got maxed out camber on this side. Damn, that looks sick. I wish they just fit a little better. So 1.5 degrees of camber, 1.6 versus 0.5, 0.6. It's definitely got a more noticeable poke. Can't lower the car anymore, like unless I put it on coilovers. It's maxed out on bolts. And that's still a pretty decent gap. I guess these ones, even though they're 17s, were a little bit taller. Just because the tire is just so much taller. 275, 40, 17. And now that's 235, 40, 18. So this is definitely a bigger, taller tire. Maybe it just needs to roll around, I don't know. But the gap's pretty trash. I don't know, but there's an MPAR on a C5 with maxed out stock camber. I think the wheel specs are 18 by 8 with 40 degrees of offset or something like that. I don't know. All right, here's kind of the final measurement. We got 0.7 on one side, 0.8, 0.6. It fluctuates a little bit because, I mean, this is probably not the best way to measure it, but it works. So I'm gonna go check the other side. I'm gonna go 0.7 on this side. All right, here on the other side, we're coming out to 0.7. So pretty close. That's one washer on each corner of the control arm bolts, so 4 washers in total. Kind of hard for me to pull the tape measures taut and show you, but it looks like the toe hasn't changed at all. So I'm gonna go drive it and probably just let it bang. I'm probably never gonna check it ever. So that's kind of it. I mean, that's how you adjust your camber on your car. Anytime you play with the suspension, you are gonna be altering the geometry, especially with like the tilty boy wheel stuff. So get some toe plates and check it. It's super cheap. It's really not that hard to do. You just adjust the tie rod ends and play with it until you get your wheels straight. But that's it. time of making this, it is Christmas Eve. And I wanted to show you guys my Christmas tree. It's pretty cool. I got all the stuff I bought myself for Christmas in there. Mostly welding stuff and a nitrous kit. And then I bought these MPARs too. There's a cat toy sticking out the side of it. As you can see, there's no women live here. Just me and my pets. But I just wanted to show you guys this and hope you guys have a good Christmas. The time this is posted, it is probably not Christmas. These are actually the little bearings I'm going to be installing right here. So, yeah.